So all the Kages are alive, Sasuke is on some crazy burn it down, and Kakashi and Obito pierce each other. Well then, let's get into this chapter. Alright, so first of all, the whole Orochimaru and Suigetsu and Karin scenes, I felt like, well, in this particular chapter, a lot of it took a lot of the pages up. It was kind of like, Suigetsu and Karin, a lot of jokes in this one, and while it kind of felt a little bit like nice to have some lighthearted stuff, it definitely felt like it went on for a long time in this chapter. The whole thing with Tsunade surviving, man, like on a nostalgic level, it's like, yeah, you know, Tsunade survived, but in reality, it's like, why did she survive? This was the perfect opportunity for her to, you know, bite the big one so we can get a new Hokage. And her survival really makes me like, this was so perfect timing. Everything felt like it was right. And at the same time, it also shows that really Madara didn't really do what he needed to do as far as like finishing them off, or at least finishing off one of them, because, you know, he really hated Tsunade because she's the granddaughter of Hashirama and she couldn't live up to shit. At the end of the day, he did rip her in half or whatever, but nonetheless, her survival really just, it felt as though she should have bit the big one with this one. It felt as though her survival kind of wasn't right in a way. I don't know, and I guess that's the best way to put it. I felt as though the opportunity was there to move on with the selection of the next Hokage after this war, and now her survival, I don't think Kishimoto is gonna put her in a dire situation again unless she just dies very sudden. Like, that's the only way Tsunade or any of the Kages are gonna die after this, because this was a long and drawn out, you know, death, so to speak, or, you know, them just being injured, because they've been out the game, what, 20, 30 chapters now? So if anything is going to happen to them, it's going to be a very sudden, out of nowhere type of thing, and I don't think that's going to happen at this point, but we'll wait and see. Tsunade's survival, disappointed in certain aspects, as far as, like, it would have been better for the story for her to, you know, be done at this point, but at the same time, as a character, it's like, hey, you know, Tsunade survived, so give and take with that situation, though more so on the, she should have bit the big one. That's just me, though. As far as, like, it just seems weird with the whole Orochimaru thing, like, the way he's saying things is like, you know, I'm tired of doing the blowing, now I'm gonna have Sasuke blowing me, you know, it's like, he just, the way he talks is just so freaking weird, and to see him kind of acting goofy a little bit seems really odd as well. There's a possibility that Orochimaru, he has a big feeling that Sasuke isn't really going down this righteous path, and he's just waiting to see when Sasuke starts unfolding with it. That's, I guess, one of the big things about it, because he keeps on saying, I'm going to watch what path he goes down, and I'll follow him, and that's probably what it is, and he probably has more so of an understanding that he's not going to be all the way good like everyone else, and, you know, this might be his opportunity or whatever, because, again, Orochimaru, at the end of the day, he's Orochimaru. Real fucked up shit with the whole Jiraiya situation coming up. It's like, you could have saved Jiraiya, goddammit. And I think in a way he doesn't really, like, he didn't really show too much remorse regarding the whole Jiraiya thing. So he's still Orochimaru at the end of the day. I don't know, I still don't buy all this goody two-shoe shit. There's something up. Again, I think he's just counting on Sasuke going dark, which Sasuke isn't really all that light. And that's a great segue to the next section of this chapter, the whole, no, we're burning this down, this is how we're going to do things now, and the whole thing with Sai, like, see, this is one thing I like about Sai, opposed to Sakura and Naruto, where they're just kind of blinded by this, light up Sasuke, oh my god, he's back! Sai can think rationally, he can think clear, he's thinking for their best interest. He's like, yo, I'm not blinded by nostalgia, I don't have this bond with this guy, I don't really care for this guy, and he's like, yo, he can't be trusted, there's something up with him. And the thing about it is, which made me a little bit confused in a way, was that Sakura, what she said to Sai, as far as we can trust him, this and that, what I think is, she was pretty much, that's how she feels regardless. Like, anything that Sasuke's done at this point, because, you know, Sakura's a Sasuke tard, anything he's done at this point, she still feels like she can trust him, and she still feels like he came for them. But at the end of the day, that smile is the truth. That's the reality, that he's not, he came in a way for his own, once again, needs, his own selfish purpose, and that's that he wants to do things his way. Sasuke, to put it into perspective, I think right now Sasuke, what it is that, again, wanting to be Hokage and be leader and this and that, is a possibility. There is some truth to that. There's some truth to that, but in his way. He's more of like a Danzo, if you put it into perspective, as far as he wants to do things real militant, like, he's saying burn, burn, let it burn. No, we're not going to stop it and get the Biju, none of that. Burn. So, in a sense, yeah, he did come back and on some good stuff in a way. But it's to his liking and how he wants to do things. And you still see that hatred and anger in a way with that whole thing of just him. He has this like passionate anger towards anything, and it's gonna be unraveled in due time. I mean, now that the Raikage is showing up, he don't give a fuck. Like, yo, Sasuke, whatever you've done, it doesn't matter. You're still an evil piece of crap in his eyes. And once they get to the battlefield, once all said and done, nah, Sasuke ain't getting away with any of this. And we're gonna see probably a big battle in due time. It's pretty much right now, like, things are kind of in order at the moment because, you got all the Hokages holding down the Jubi and pretty much Madara ain't doing anything at this point. So right now things are still in a calm state. Once the Jubi hopefully gets perfected and Madara stops joking around, things are going to get a little bit more serious. But at the same time, it also makes you think, maybe once the Jubi is perfected, he will just be outrageously strong because now, look what you have against the Jubi. All the Kages at this point, they're returning. Tsunade, Raikage, Gaara, all of them are returning. Then you got the previous Hokages, some of the strongest shinobis ever, the first, second, third, and fourth. You got Naruto, Sasuke. You got the entire Shinobi Alliance against the Jubi. So if it has to get perfected in order to put up a fight and possibly maybe start wiping people out again. Because right now there's nothing he can do. He's just pretty much trapped like a rat. So I'm betting that at some given point the Jubi will be perfected. This is the only way where it'll make more sense. Is like, okay, he's going to come back with a vengeance once he gets perfected. And the way to perfect him at this point, the only thing I can think of is, because he's not going to strip Naruto of the 9 tails and maybe B of the 8 tails, but I doubt that. I think maybe him taking all these attacks, he's possibly absorbing a lot of the chakra, and that might perfect him. That's the only thing I could think of what would perfect him at this point and make the most sense and everything. So, perfected Jubi might do the thing. Now, the ending, Kakashi and Obito piercing each other. I think the way it went down was Kakashi kept trying to tell him, yo, let's stop. Obito was like, fuck you, went straight through, and then Kakashi was like, yo, I can't, and, he had to go at him as well. He's the one that I feel the most bad for out of everybody. Kakashi is always like, why does everybody get to be together and having this battle together, but Kakashi's always has to be this lonely, sad ass battle. That's the one thing that trips me up all the time. It's like, why always Kakashi has to put all the burden on himself? He's suffered all these years over Rin and Obito, and now he's doing this. I feel bad for Kakashi. This will probably be the end of the battle. One of them is going to emerge victorious. Now, we see it like Kakashi pierced him, but also Kakashi was pierced. So maybe they'll both die together. Who knows? And they'll die in that Kamui world. Either way, pretty decent chapter. Had a couple different things going on. The pacing as far as like with the whole Orochimaru and Suigetsu and Karin talking wasn't too good. It was kind of slow here or there. Tsunade surviving, that's really a toss-up depending on how you look at it. Me personally, I think it would have been better for the story for her to bite the big one, but at the same time, I'm like, it's cool. Tsunade, Naruto Part 1, whatever, I like seeing her. And as far as just like the whole thing with Sasuke, he can't be trusted. He can't. Even if he's looking to be good, he's looking to be good in his way. And Kakashi and Obito both pierced. Who's going to emerge victorious? I'm thinking they might die together at that point, and that'll be the end of the three, Rin, Kakashi, and Obito, but we'll have to wait and see. But I give this chapter 3.5 out of 5. A lot of things going down, a little bit slow pacing, a little bit of that whole Tsunade thing. I just don't know. What do you guys think, though? Do you think, big question, should Tsunade have survived her battle with Madara? Should she be alive right now? Also, after this is all said and done, what do you think is going to happen with Sasuke? Because he's clearly not 100% on the side of, just going by the books. He's clearly thinking like, yo, I'm going to change this antiquated system. It's all how I want to do things. How do you think it's going to go once Raikage and all them are there and everything? And just your overall thoughts of the chapter. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to see the outcome of Kakashi and Obito, as well as everything else, because things are slowly reaching the climax, and It's only going to get more crazy from here. I'm Finette World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.